Welcome, everyone. I am Robin from Western Mass. I'm the co-host, and it is Sunday, October 9th, 2022. We had our first killing frost last night, and this is the Morgellons call of the week. So welcome, everybody. I'm so pleased to be here. I look forward to meeting with you guys all week, and it's so helpful. This call is just wonderful. There's encouragement, there's solutions, there's strength and hope, and it's all because of Richard Kuhn, the author of Get Your Life Back from Morgellons and Other Skin Parasites. And he's here on the call every week. He answers questions through email and on the call. He's been in the trenches. He's had Morgellons, he's had Lyme, he's had I can never pronounce that, intestinal parasites, and he's had mites. So he's not just, it's not head knowledge, it's experiential truth, and I think he is like at least one of, if not the world's leading expert on Morgellons, because more people get well with his diet and protocols and anything else. So anyway, at this time I'd like to welcome Richard Kuhn, the author of How to Get Your Life Back from Morgellons and Other Skin Parasites.
Thank you, Robin. It's a pleasure to be here, as always. And thank you for your support and being a participant and being my co-host. And I thank Mary for taking the calls and greeting everybody as the program gets started before 4 p.m. and Chris for handling all of the technical stuff. So our topic today, scalp issues, how to clean the organisms out of your scalp. It can be a real problem. Well, the first rule is the King diet. Without being on the King diet and making it work, you will continue being, as far as I know, a walking, talking, breeding parasite machine. And once you make the diet work, and I say make the diet work, because just being on the diet is not sufficient for everyone. Each of us are different, our bodies are slightly different. So while the diet may be 100% on for 90% of us dealing with these organisms, the other percentage of us are going to have to figure out what we need to do above and beyond what's published to make the diet work. One lady found that she, for her, needs to get rid of all oils. No rice bran, no lard, no butter. So you have to figure out what makes the diet work. So it's kind of useless to send me an email and say, hey, what can I do about my scalp, when you're not making the diet work. Now, we're going to get a little technical in some of my recommendations. So to be on board with the FDA, I must disclose that before you start the King diet, before you accept any of our recommendations, that you discuss them with your medical doctor to make sure they do not interfere with any health problems you're presently experiencing. The AMA also wants us to tell you that we are not trained medically. We do not have a license to practice medicine, and only those who are licensed to practice medicine are allowed to diagnose, treat, cure, or mitigate any organic disease. So we will not diagnose you. We cannot treat you. We cannot mitigate your disease or treat you. What we can do is to educate you how to utilize and make the diet work, how to clean the organisms out of your skin. Some of you have years and years of accumulation of dead debris and layers that needs to be cleaned out of your skin, and how to clean the organisms out of your surroundings through disinfection techniques or whatever. And it's not always easy. Sometimes we have a complete segment just on that alone. And there's about 50 pages, chapter 3 of the book, about cleaning them out of your skin and your environment. So it's not necessarily easy, but the instructions are all there. And we are also allowed to educate you how to build health and immune functioning utilizing targeted supplements such as the vitamins and minerals and boosting glutathione and natural antibiotics and so forth. So those are the things we're allowed to do. So number one, getting them out of your scalp. First of all, as I said, make the diet work. Anything you do about cleaning your scalp until you've made the diet work is just work. And we don't expect any end result from it necessarily. So let's go, Robin, you've had the organisms in your scalp. Would you say, I mean, people have short hair, people have long hair. What would be a rule of thumb regarding the length of your hair?
Short is easier. I had long hair. I had long curly hair like that, and well, if you're watching this video, you can see that I don't.
But your hair is still very attractive. You have a very attractive hairdo.
Thank you, thank you.
So, and I can't imagine you with longer hair. I've always seen you with your hair as it is. So
it was a big decision. I'd had long hair all my life, and when I decided that to get my head flare, I had to do it. I did everything I could to, I washed my hair, I used the Nature's Gift, I used lice shampoo, I sprayed it, I did all this stuff so that when I went to get it cut, there was minimal activity. And then I just said, rule of thumb is cut it as short as you could stand it.
Now, when you had it cut, did you feel like you were losing part of your identity?
No, not so much, except that nobody recognized me. Nobody recognized me. There's this gospel song I sing. There's a line that goes, "Friends don't see me like they used to." And it's supposed to be since I laid my burden down, and I would sing since I got my hair cut.
So, yeah, it wasn't an identity crisis for you.
Every time I looked in the mirror, I was surprised, but I got used to it. And some people, because I'm small, and I don't know, I had a number of people say, "I never knew you were an elf."
Your hair spoke volumes for you.
Right.
Well, for some people, it is a big change. I mean, you get impacted by the organisms, and they totally overrun your scalp. Now, everybody's affected differently, okay? Personally, I've dealt with all of the organisms, and my scalp was never a real big problem. Oh, yes, I did wash my hair in the bathtub, and I had water run down my forehead, and it got in my eyes, and that was a bigger problem. But the scalp was never the problem to the degree that it is for some people. So keep that in mind, that we're going to be talking about the nth degree. You don't need to go to the nth degree many times, but that's what we're going to be looking at. And going to the nth degree means making your hair as short as possible. And yeah, it is for some people an identity crisis, particularly if you've had long hair all of your life, took a lot of pride in how you kept your hair and how it always looked with the wonderful sheen and all the wonderful compliments you've gotten over the years for that long, beautiful hair. Well, the best thing is to shave it off as close as possible to But that is if you are dramatically affected by them in the scalp and you want success fast and not over years. Mary, how about you? What was your experience?
My hair was always long, and I had to cut it all off. It was over halfway down my back, and I ended up with a pixie cut. And I kind of looked like Jamie Lee Curtis because I let my natural color grow out, which was white, and it wasn't really a look I was going for. So I've let it grow out some, but it's not long.
So you did cut your hair significantly. How did you feel? Was it an identity thing for you?
Yes, and it still is. It's a very painful topic because
Mm-hmm.
I don't look short hair, and I don't have a lot of hair, and I don't have thick hair. So when it's short, it looks thin and scrawny. But I have had some success, and I've been able to grow it out. I mean, I lost it. I cut it and lost most of it, and it is growing back in. But I don't know that I'll ever be able to have it long again.
Okay. Now, did you cut it yourself, or did you go to a shop to have it cut?
Well, when it was long, I cut it myself. I first cut it to my shoulders, and then I cut it up above my collar. But to get a pixie cut, to actually get it trimmed up, I went to a shop. But like Robin, I did a whole bunch of things ahead of time to try to minimize as much activity as I could so that I wasn't spreading it to anyone else.
That's a good point. And Robin mentioned that's what she did. And that's the first thing. Okay, so you cut it yourself first, and that's good, and that's something that everybody can do to some degree. And then if you do go to a salon, do what you can to have your hair as clean as you possibly can to go there and not be contagious, because we can be contagious. And the last thing you'd want to do is be the person that shut down a salon because you spread it to the people cutting your hair and then on to the other patrons of that salon. Okay, did you want to say something, Robin?
I did. I just wanted to say, I know this is not quite on topic, but red light therapy there's a few things that it has been scientifically proven to do, and one of them is to strengthen hair, thicken it, and help it grow back. And you can buy little red lights that you just sit under for 15 or 20 minutes a day. It also helps your skin and your immune system. So,
does the red light help destroy the organisms too?
Yeah, it's been part of my protocol for a long time. My hair was all falling out. I had bald spots from the organisms, and all of that is gone. And the only difference is the red light therapy for that.
Well, so we might add that to precautions to take before you go, and part of reestablishing your hair as well as using red light therapy. So if you would, you could email me perhaps the devices that you've used, and I can share them with the people. Or you don't have one handy, do you? You could show it to us?
It's upstairs. I keep it by my bed because I literally do my whole body, but it's a special lamp, and they come in like panels, which can range up to $2,000, and you stand in front of it and do your whole body, and then you turn around and do your back. Or you can get these little, what I got was a $40 light bulb, and then a thing where I could just hang it from my bed.
Okay.
But it had a lot of great reviews in terms of the red light therapy itself, that this bulb works, not just like a red light bulb that you buy at the Home Depot.
Right.
So I can send you what I used. I know people who told me about it, who bought the $2,000 ones, and they swear by them, but that's out of my budget.
Right. So great. Okay. All right. So that's something to consider that you could do before you go to a salon. You can clean your hair as effectively as you can, shorten it as much as you can, get rid of all that long hair, and then do the red light therapy before you go. And you can integrate the red light to help bring your hair back and the process of getting them out of your scalp as well. That's great. Now, as I said earlier, not everybody is affected to the same degree. So we have in our store our shampoo, Beauty Forever shampoo with lavender. It's available in a foamer device that you can foam and put in your hair, or you can just use it to shampoo your hair or once or twice a day. And for some people, that's all they need to do. For others, the ultimate was a technique that was developed by one of our early coaches. Her name was Sandra from Pittsburgh, and she had a dramatic impact in her scalp. So she developed this protocol. Now, the thing you want to keep in mind, if you've got these organisms to such a great degree in your scalp, is that whatever you do to your scalp that they don't like, they're going to want to escape. They're going to want to flee. And that could be by crawling. And they can crawl down your forehead, they can crawl down your neck, your back, anywhere to escape and relocate somewhere else. So we don't want them relocating. So a good thing to do is to set up a moat, M-O-A-T, like they used in old times back in the 1500s. They put a moat around the castle of water to keep people from attacking them, from making it difficult. So we build our moat out of beeswax or Vaseline if you must. So you'd want to line around your forehead, around your ears, because you don't want them crawling in your ears either. I mean, you just don't want to give them any escape route. So it is a bit time consuming. So bring it all the way around your neck and make sure your neck is clean shaven so that they're not going to be able to climb down the hair and onto another part of your body. So you want to build a moat around so to keep them from migrating from one place to the next. Okay, so far we got two important points. Shorten the hair as much as possible and deal with the identity thing. And let's build a moat. Now, as I mentioned earlier, it's not a good idea to shampoo your hair sitting in a bathtub unless you absolutely know that you can build this moat and do your hair and not have the water, but the water is still going to come draining down over the moat of the beeswax or Vaseline and get into your eyes. And so the idea is not to try to solve one problem and end up creating another, because we've had several topics. The topic has been several times about getting them out of your eyes. They can be serious in your eyes. They can take away your eyesight temporarily or perhaps even permanently. So you do want to do everything you can to keep them out of your eyes. So number one, just make it a point not to shampoo your hair while you're in a bathtub. Now the next thing is what you use. So for basic, you could use our lavender shampoo, foaming or regular. But as I mentioned, Sandra had a very serious, as many people do, infestation in her scalp. And this is like going to the nth degree. And Mary and Robin and I can talk about other degrees. And so let me give you the nth degree. So in the palm of your hand, there are several things that you can use. So start with the shampoo in the palm of your hand. Put some in the palm of your hand, enough that you're going to be able to do your scalp with it. Put in some Super MSM gel. The Super MSM gel has organic sulfur and diatomaceous earth. So you want that in your hair. The organic sulfur is going to replenish your skin, your scalp, with sulfur. Every cell of your body has sulfur in it. And Morgellons depletes organic sulfur. So it is really good to use the Super MSM gel and always have it. It should be a staple that everybody has, because replenishing the skin with this organic sulfur is very important. So we're going to put the shampoo, we're going to put some organic sulfur, MSM gel, it's got DE, diatomaceous earth, as well. The diatomaceous earth is good to have in your scalp because any organisms that come in contact with it will be shredded to pieces, okay? And then we can add in a few drops of peppermint, essential oil, or clove oil, or any oils of your choice. And we can add in also some of Claudia's Dream Cream, which has a lot of different essential oils in it. And you kind of stir it up with your finger, and then you massage it. Massage it into your scalp. Now, you might pre-wet your scalp, not that it's dripping or drooping, but you might want to just wet your scalp with water to start with, and then apply this mixture and massage it in. Now, the idea is to mimic taking a bath. When we take a bath with Nature's Gift, it's about 40 to 45 minutes in length, to give it time to the Nature's Gift to go in, take the water in, and bring the organisms out. So we want to mimic that. And what we do is then use a bathing cap. So we want to keep the scalp moist as long as possible. You put on the bathing cap, and you can sleep with it through the night. Now, how often do you do this? Ideally, for starters, you might do it 3 to 4 times a day. And after you take the bathing cap off, you can then wash your hair with water, some Nature's Gift, and clean it out, comb it out, use a relatively fine comb. You can look at all the debris that's coming out of your scalp from your whatever amount of hair you have and the scalp, and you can measure that day after day, and you'll see that it starts diminishing. Now, this could go on for a month or so, so don't expect that you can solve a problem where you have layers and layers of your scalp that's been affected by these organisms in a day or two. It could be as long as a month or even more. Now, with time, you're not going to be doing it 3 times a day. You'll go, or 3 or 4 times a day, you'll go down, maybe after a few days, you'll go to 3 times a day, and then a few more days later, 2 times a day. You get the gist of this. So you'll have to guide yourself as to the frequency that is needed to get control, all the while making the diet work. You put those two together, and bathing and disinfecting your home, and you can get your scalp clear, absolutely. Now, going out during the daytime with a bathing cap on may not be what you want to do. So our coach in Florida, Ethel, had found these caps on Amazon. They're called cancer caps, because people who are undergoing chemotherapy lose their hair, and just as you cut your hair short, so they buy the cancer caps to put over their bare head to go out in public. So, to what degree did you have to go, Robin, to get your hair back? You didn't have to go to that degree, did you?
Yeah.
You did.
I did.
You went to the nth degree. Okay.
I did.
And
And I mean, I've had a couple of times where I've gotten reinfested as I'm in the battle of the mites and cleaning out different spaces. But now when that happens, it usually only takes 3 or 4 days to get clear again. And one thing I wanted to mention was a really fine-tooth lice comb if you're dealing with mites helps a lot.
Great.
Just and I would use that twice a day.
And we also have them in the store as well. Yeah. So there. In fact, we have a segment about dealing with lice away, in cleaning lice out as well. So yes, they're in the store as well. Mary. Yes.
On mites too.
Yes.
I really find ones because mites are teeny tiny.
Mites are microscopic, so yeah. So
not always, but a lot of them are.
A lot of them are. So it helps to use something, a very fine comb like that to yes. Mary, to what degree did you have to go?
I had to go all the way, the nth degree. I had to keep I kept a bathing cap on my head all the time, and it took about 5 weeks to clear them out. But I have also found that the supplement you have, biotin, when you're growing your hair back, this stuff it's great for your hair, your skin, and your nails. It's fabulous.
Which supplement is that?
Biotin.
Biotin. I don't remember that one in our store. Is it part of something else?
No, maybe I'm confused. I thought I got it from you. Biotin. It's wonderful.
Oh, well, I'm not familiar with it. So okay. Well, there, to the nth degree. I had no idea that Mary had gone to the nth degree. I knew that Robin pretty well was close to it, and it works. So do not get into this thinking that a couple of days and you're going to have your scalp back in good order. The nth degree. And sometimes last week we talked about medications. We had our guest on from shop4morgellons.com, Nancy, and if you're dealing with mites in the scalp, then there are medications like nitimpiram that may speed the process along a bit. Lefiniran may help as well. So each of us are different. Each of us are different, affected by different cofactors. So these medications may likewise be of importance as well in getting your scalp back.
Did you talk about what to use for the moat, the barrier?
Yeah, beeswax or Vaseline if you must.
I wanted to say Aquifer is better than Vaseline because it's got more healing properties.
Yeah. Aquifer, okay. I'm not familiar with that. But,
it's like a diaper rash thing.
Okay. Okay, great.
Oxide, but that's, messy. Really messy.
Yes.
Stuff.
Yeah, and of course then you're going to clean that off. When you take off your bathing cap and so forth, you're going to clean it all off and reapply for the next round.